to this new edition of a brand new segment from Desde, Ringside. It's called Zero Zensura, or Cero Censura, for those of you who want to do the Spanish speaking. You do the math, you do the grammar, do whatever you want. But here we are. It's been kind of like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years since my original plan of doing the show in the English version. Yeah, it's been a long time, but now it is a freaking reality. It's time. It's time. It's Zero Zensura time with Zero Miedo. My name is Charles Xavier Ballerino Jr. I'm known as Mr. Hollywood, and we are going to shoot all the way to the next millennium, ladies and gentlemen, because we are doing the thing in English right now. Yeah, a lot of you folks may have known the show for doing it in Spanish with my good friend DRC, but now we're doing it in English because I know that some of you people having some little problems saying, oh, no, I don't want to see the Spanish version. I want to see the English version. Yeah, promise us, Mr. Hollywood. But hey, there had to be a day. And for that, we welcome you to this new edition of Desde Ringside. Now is Zero Censura. And I'm not alone. As you can see, I have my panel right here, ready to go. And the first guest right here, Ecuador. How you doing, man? It's been a long time, 2 years.
It's been almost 2 years. And tú sabes, for the people who speak Spanish, después de dos años me regresé de nuevo. Pero ahora, turn off your sap. You're speaking English. We're going to spit it out. And you see the background, and I'll explain it later after the introduction. It's good to be back after 2 years. And this time, we're going to be spitting it out. We're going to be shooting. And you don't know what we're going to say. You can hate whatever we were going to say to you in front of the camera. Get ready. So let's do it. The Echo Dragon is back, and we're here. And I'm here.
Back in business, as we used to say. And also, right here, DRC, Dorian Robalino. Welcome, DRC. Welcome, man. Oh, and you came ready.
Yes. Buenas noches. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Good evening, good night, buenas noches and everything. How's everybody doing? Finally, at last, I have my free to say it in English. I could free to say whatever I want to say because this is something in Spanish and in English, but today we're just going to do a little English. It's a little bit of, if you want to know a shoot me, there's just something that are opinions and our stuff. If y'all don't like it and all that stuff, feel free to comment. Feel free to say whatever you want. Why you don't disagree with it? Disagree with me, disagree with him, and disagree with him, you know? And our guest right here, he's been around for a long while because we're all three of us we have in common. We're from Ecuador and proud.
Así es. That's right. Ecuador all the way. Así estamos listos, prestos y dispuestos to go full throttle into this. So leave your comments right now. Leave your opinions. Subscribe if you haven't. Give us a like, comment, share, do everything. But if you're not going to talk wrestling, then just, I don't know, go watch a soap opera or something else. I don't know. Do whatever you want. And we're starting off the comments. Agustin Rosado. Greetings, Mr. Hollywood Heyman. Thank you so much for the comparison. Ecuadragon and Dorian. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo vas? Doramas y Anime. Hola, Mr. Hollywood. Saludos cordiales. Hello, Doramas. It's good to see you here. Okay, so we're going to shoot right now, and we begin with Wrestlemania because everybody's talking about Wrestle-freaking-mania and everything that happened. What I want to tackle specific topics. We're not going to go into the entire card of the 2 nights because that would take us forever, and some of us have to work tomorrow. So we're starting off with this one. We're starting off with this big piece of meat, this thing that has been going on in the wrestling world. I'm almost kind of like talking like the Macho Man and all that stuff. But here's the thing. I, for one, for the life of me, want to know is he really deserving for the World Championship, or this is just a freaking play of marketing? To me, Jey Uso, if you're a Uzi guy, good for you. Have fun with that. But he's the most undeserving person flash wrestler that has ever laced a pair of Snickers, in this case, to become a champion at the expense of the Ring General, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, the one who defeated the record of the Honky Tonk Man. What would you think, brother? What were you thinking? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. He said something while he was drunk, and everybody caught on it. Oh, yeah, now we're Yeet guys. We're Yeet people. Yeet, 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 yeet. Yeah, the T-shirts, they're good. The tank top, yeah, they're fine. The sneakers commercials, the Slim Jim thing. What are these? What are the? Oh, my God. Why would you take on Slim Jim? Why would you disrespect the memory of the Macho Man with that, man? With that.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And now, oh yeah, the sunglasses. Yeah, the sunglasses are cool. I like them. I dig the sunglasses. They're nice. They're okay. I could have one of those. I could hang around with one of those. I would do fine. But give me a break. The guy has been beaten, what, like 3-4 times. He had the worst Intercontinental Championship run ever. He got beaten cleanly and decisively by Walter Gunther, whatever you want to call him. Why would you have him win the WCW World Championship? Because that's the WCW World Championship, a new version of the championship, what it is, in one of the most horrible matches in WrestleMania history. I said one because last year, these two were involved in horrible matches as well. With Sami Zayn and with his brother, which was a complete stink-off. I mean, what the hell are you people thinking about, guys? WWE, come on, man. You guys can do better than that. Is it because marketing? Yeah, marketing sells. But he's not John Cena. He's not Steve Austin. Hell, he's not even Hulk Hogan. Dragon.
Okay. All right, hear me out, man. Like, the marketing. This guy, he's just a circus act, a clown. All he says is one word, and that's it. All he does is this. Every time I hear him say yeet, I say gleet. Like, I don't know if Dorian or anybody knows watched television back in the day on the Fox channel. There's a show called Glee. Without the T, I say glee. And then also there's this promotion in Japan. They call it gleet. I call it glee. They say yeet, I say glee. And still, like, here's one thing I want to say. Don't forget, man. The word glee was originally made by an independent wrestler. What happened after that? They paid the guy to say, oh, let us use your word, and we'll pay you a lot of money. Maybe they pay him a little bit of money anyway, just to let this man say it over and over and over and over again. Yeah, sure, like his marketing and also all the shirts and the glasses, it's wonderful. Wonderful for the kids. But in the end of the day, he is not world champion material, man. Like he will always be a tag champion to me in my eyes. He's not a bad wrestler. It's just that repetitive super kicks and frog splashes and doing the yeet over and over and over again. And you know that the word yeet is like today's what chant, the what chant of today's generation. And for this match that I saw like 2 nights ago, I mean, it went a little rush. And I was rooting for Walter to like win this title. I mean, to retain it. But we all know, and we knew in the very beginning, he was booked to lose to Jey Uso because, well, it's Jey Uso. And also, who is actually one of the board members of TKO? Yeah, one of his cousins. I mean, some big guy who's bald and stuff like that, which we'll mention about that anytime in this conversation. But the thing is, man, I don't see him as like the leader and the top star as the top champion on Raw. I can't see that. I mean,
nobody can.
Nobody,
with him, it's the John Cena thing.
Yeah, let's just say he's like the new John Cena, but in the mid or late 2000s. I think that's what I see him like. Like, well, this is like I'm talking about, like, you know, in the personality and all the gear and all that shit. I think he's like that John Cena, not the one from right now or from the 2000s and the 10s and stuff. That's what it feels like. You know, the merch, the quotes, and all that stuff. That's what it feels like. I mean, I hope this guy doesn't even go decorate the world. Well, you know what? That is not the World Heavyweight Championship. It's still considered since 2023 the World Constellation Championship because the World Heavyweight Championship was fused with the WWE title like a decade ago.
Correction. I got the world champion.
Well, yeah, I know that. No offense to you, Dorian. I mean, look, the belt is nice. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful title. But they have to put a tiny W logo on that belt, then I'm gonna probably buy it. But that big W is irritating to look at. Now, the real World Heavyweight title,
exactly, Ecuador. Thank you for saying it. Just like Raiden said in a Mortal Kombat movie, at last one of them understood.
Yeah, so now, but you guys know the real World Heavyweight title was already fused with the WWE title, and it's the one who's holding it right now, number 17. That belt has been with the World Heavyweight title since 2002. That title that we have, that's the WWE version. That's by that company. That's still going to be considered the Constellation title to me. It's a beautiful belt. It's still a Constellation title. In the end of the day, man, Jey Uso, I'm really happy for him. Like I wasn't mad about it. I'm very happy for him for winning the title, but I cannot see him as a top champion on Raw. So good for him. Happy for him. But he will always be a circus act in the WWE.
The thing that bothers me is that I do understand the fact that they want to do they want to do credible marketing. Yeah. I think that, because at the end of the day, this is what the WWE is all about. It's a marketing industry.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but you mentioned something that I was kind of like thinking before somebody said anything about the watch hands. Okay, so Steve Austin got a race over, which still is running.
Oh yeah,
the race that's still running around to this day, which of course is cool. But what did Steve Austin gave us before the watch hands?
Oh yeah,
he was studying Steve Austin. He was the Stream Superstar. He was the ringmaster. He gave us kick-ass matches. And after all that was said and done, then came the watch hands.
And you forgot one thing before the thing. He was Hollywood too. Rest in peace, Pillman.
He was a Hollywood blonde, but he was technically from Texas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was talking more about his singles career rather than his tag.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Like your singles career from WCW, and yeah, I got you. Yeah.
No, it was okay. It was good to quote him.
No, you're right.
But the thing is that I do understand about the marketing. Mm-hmm. But you have to give us something else. Because so if you're going to say to me that it's for the kids, yeah, I understand, but the kids of what generation? The kids of what generation? Because this generation, I'm amazed and amused to say this, they would rather watch Jon Moxley murder himself in the ring than watch some overhyped moron doing this, like the hanging tough New Kids on the Block thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, there is some kids out there who was watching the other universe. You know what? I don't give a fuck. They watch AEW. That's good for them. But even though there's some stuff they didn't want to see Moxley busted open and stuff, but hey, man, I mean, you and I, we all see blood and gore and all that beat down in the ECW days, the WWF days, and stuff like that. They want to see that stuff. Cool, but those are like probably sort of like real pro wrestling fans instead of the ones like right here in WWE who wants to see more family friendly, goofy entertainment, which it is goofy entertainment. I mean, that's what's made for WWE. But thinking about the plumber, I'm still going to call him that and I love Moxley, but he's still the plumber to me. But
plumber.
never thought about him like, being like an influence or look up to the kids, but hey, if they like that stuff, cool. And also that's a great picture on with the two brothers, even though their match was horrendous last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you know what, man, like Jey Uso, man, he's just an overhyped clown with one word. But you know what? Good for him for winning the World Heavyweight title, and also the shirts, the glasses, going up like crazy, man. Good for him. But he's I don't see him as like a top contender, a top wrestler in the Raw roster. So
yeah, I get your point. So in those words that Ecuador has just said, Dorian, do you think that Jey Uso equals marketing and he's a one-trick pony?
Yeah, he is. The one thing I'm going to say is that when he started to do the yeet thing and all stuff, it's starting to get over. And it's like, for example, the Zack Ryder, you know, woo woo, you know it, the T-shirt, the merchandise, overhyping and all that stuff. And you know, when Vince McMahon during the time, for me, that personally, that if he would have done with this marketing with the Yee and the crowd over and all that stuff, at best for him, just like he did for Matt Cardona, now I'm going to call him that, as a mid-card title. And I would have left it that way as best when he won the Intercontinental Champion. I would have left it alone at best to let him have the moment. Don't go overboard with the world title and all that shit. But then remember, when he did face Walter 3 times, and then when I saw the Royal Rumble, we did not expect him to win, you know? And except one guy that he did say that, I'm a shout out, Salamonster. They said, do not sleep on Jey Uso. I'm looking at this as like, shit, he probably is right about that. But I doubt they're going to do that. I doubt they're going to do that. Because I thought maybe Cena was going to face Walter and Punk were going to face Cody, maybe. Either Cody or Drew, which is one of those two deserving.
So
the ones when I saw Yeet won that shit, my first thought, and you saw the picture on my Instagram, you guys want to follow Latin 282, I put my Intercontinental picture in my world title. I'm like, this motherfucker is going to win the world title. I called it. I said, this guy's going to win the world title. And I said, and we talked about this in the program, the Ringside. I said, last year's WrestleMania, him and his brother, was horrible. The Walter and Sammy was okay. But the story was Sammy victory. We were not expecting that. I would have hoped Chad Gable more better than Sammy. But that failed that part. But, and I said I said, he better deliver a good match with Walter. Because Walter never have a bad match. Even with Sami Zayn. But unfortunately, he had to pay the heavy price to be tarnished with this disastrous match. How many kicks, how many flying splash, and all that, and he had to drop the title. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. He's going to hold that title until SummerSlam. Mark my words, because I said it before, I'm going to say it again. And Ecuador, you know you're in New York, right? You know what's going on with the Mets, right?
Yeah. They're
marketing the Mr. Met with the sunglasses, so that means he's going to be at Citi Field. That's at the Estadio de New York making Queens. Mm-hmm. So Yeet Man is going to be there because SummerSlam is going to be around the corner too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I say. Oh, and by the way, I saw the cereal, $20 for in WWE shop. I'm going to check Target. I'm going to check whatever. If not, I pass that. Or unless I can talk.
What's for a freaking box of cereal?
20 fucking bucks? 20 fucking bucks for a fucking cereal, man?
Look it up. I'm not making this up.
And also, by the way, man, not to cut you off. And speaking about SummerSlam, man, like saying, have you guys seen that commercial with Cardi B when she's promoting SummerSlam? Yeah. What makes me laugh is that they put subtitles on it because nobody doesn't understand the fuck she's saying, and it's embarrassing because me and Jordan were from New York. We don't speak like you know whatever she's saying, and you know like I like her physically, and she could rap too. But my goodness, man, like this woman, like I can't. I mean, what the fuck she's saying, man? Like they putting subtitles on it, and I had to tweet it on Twitter. I'm like, it's hilarious they put subtitles on it. It's even worse when you put a foreign person. No disrespect. Hey, we're all Latinos. We came from a city of immigrants. I mean, this is a country of immigrants, man. Mm-hmm. All right? So it's funnier than putting a foreigner who speaks English, you put subtitles on it. It's the same thing with Cardi B. I'm sorry, but it's fucking hilarious, man.
Because Cardi B jabroni.
Yeah, like... Fuck the Hulk Hogan. Fuck the Hulk Hogan. Fuck the Hulkamania. I love you, Bubba.
Somebody tried to do the real Shiki's thunder.
Yeah,
And we all at one time.
Shiki. Oh wait. Shiki baby. Fuck the WrestleMania. Fuck the 41 and the fuck the and the fuck the Heat.
And fuck the Yeats.
Well, Dorian, go ahead, man. Like I know you were going to say some more stuff. My bad, bro.
No, brother, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it better for you. I will do it much better than this. It's world champion. It's gonna be Turkish, and then this time I will see Seth freaking one is gonna take the third title. And I can predict that and win this SummerSlam. Fuck the Jey Uso. He's no main event. He's Nick Jey Uso. Fuck that the band.
Iran, number one. Russia, number one.
Number one, I must break you.
Yes.
That's Zangief. No, I'm just messing with you. I know who it is. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Rocky 4.
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful piece of art. Let's go with some comments here. This Kirito, greetings, Supreme General Hollywood Sama, Eco Dragon, and Dorian.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Your best friend in the comments.
My best buddy. Yo, me and him, man, talking. I mean, I always like diss on him, but yo, I love this guy right now. I love him, buddy. Simón, ¿cómo estás, brother?
Kirito, Walter no longer says he was humiliated, crushed by a meme, by a filthy rat like Jey Uso.
It's true. It's damn true.
Right.
Damn true. Kirito, still, Triple Jobbers, filthy and decadent mind will make Chipmunk McAfee versus Walter. I mean, this will be insulting to see.
Oh my God.
I don't think so.
I'm game that after this round, that's what I'm gonna get. No. Wait. That's not what we're gonna get. I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna finish read up, and I'm gonna give you my.
Continue. Yeah.
Jey Uso, according to where I checked the sales, the first in sales is Stone Cold and Cena, and lastly Jey Uso. Then why the hell do they give him the world title? What's more, they gave him the WCW Dead title. The WCW Dead title. Write that up. The WCW Dead title to that Samoan rat without prestige because of Yorishi's. That would be Krajishi's tantrum, baby.
Zane, don't forget, man. It's the consolation title. That's the WCW Dead title is with the one that Cena has. No, I'm just telling Zane that, just letting him know. But hey, that's what you say. World consolation title.
World consolation title. Okay, another thing among the original WrestleMania plans, America fight for the WCW World Championship. It was Walter versus CMO versus Seth Rollins. That's true.
I prefer that.
To me, as I originally said, Yasir, I did not tell you that, my friend Dorian. I did not tell you that because I was scared.
Oh no!
What they were doing with Jey Uso, and I was kind of like, I'm gonna hold this until the right time, and they didn't prove me wrong. Fuck! Jesus Christ!
This would have been better than that disastrous beginning.
In the favor, it was supposed to be Rollins versus Punk for the World Consolation Championship.
Yes. I was talking about that too, and also
me too.
Yo, my bad. Like I wanted this man to win the Elimination Chamber. He was this close. I betted on Punk for Elimination Chamber, and then they changed this shit just to bring it to give it to this fucking dude, who's now the 17th time champ. Congratulations to him. But the end sucked ass, which I know we're going to talk about that later, or because I know I'm following the rules in the stream. But the thing is, like, fuck, man, I wanted Punk to win the Elimination Chamber and fulfill. And guess what? Yeah, he went to the main event. But one little thing that he missed, he didn't compete for the title. Well, the Paul Heyman Championship that he automatically won it on SmackDown. Paul Heyman is the first championship made out of carne y hueso. That's all I gotta say.
Living, breathing, walking championship.
That's what he is. That's what he is. Punk had it years ago. He got it back.
The owner of the third greatest brand in the U.S. history of wrestling is now a world title.
Yeah.
Hold on, ready for this? Here is your winner, and the new Paul Heyman guy, Seth Rollins.
You know, at night one, the night one main event, when they made the announcement, I did this. Let me try to. I'm going to try my best with Hal Finkel right now. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the Paul Heyman Championship. And also, like, and then coming down to the ring, I'm like, and their opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 220 pounds, the Paul Heyman Champion, CM Punk. There you go.
Okay.
Es la verdad.
Sí, la plena que sí. Raw became the Chip C's playground. Okay. Thanks to Cable.
Zane, tripping, bro.
Chip C's playground. You got it in English or Spanish. This guy's a blast. Thanks to Cable. Also the garbage dump. Thanks to Samuel Sayayin. Jesus Christ. I don't want to see that line.
Sami Zayn is Super Saiyan 4 because he has the red hair and all the red stuff. So
it's no longer WrestleMania. It's now Monkey's Mania. Okay. Richard Hi, it's time for NXT and nobody cares.
No. Except Stephanie Balcare and Julia, Roxanne, Ada Parker,
at Raw.
Todas mamacitas in NXT. Whoa, you gotta chill with that Hollywood. Come on, brother. But hey,
let me do one thing. Yeah.
Me and Dory, we saw that live, and I saw it twice in Stardom and on NXT. Oh my god! Oh,
Talk about the shirt.
And you guys still wonder why do they say that Booker T is going to have a heart attack?
Yeah. Last night. Yeah, talk about the shirt.
And I know that if Stephanie goes to Raw, you know who's going to sit in a commentary booth and who's going to fight for it to go sit next to Michael Cole. You take out Pat McAfee. We all know who's going to show up. Five times. Maybe the sixth time, which shows Stephanie Balcare, WCW champion.
And he's going to have a massive heart attack. Now, can you dig that?
By the way,
yes,
if you guys want to stand and deliver while he's watching the Stephanie Balcare match, you know who was right behind him, right? In the crowd. His wife.
Esa copa ya está muerto. No le anden avisando.
A Booker T. Yo, his wife and his kids was behind him on the commentary booth, and he freaking did it with that oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, esta copa ya está muerto.
Hey,
yep.
The Booker, but mad respect that his wife Charmel, the Queen, was right behind him on commentary. If you saw it,
I would have never pulled that off.
Yeah, yo, like if his wife is cool, good for him. But I don't know what happened at home after the show.
Yeah, so my understanding is somebody slept in the dollhouse.
He probably slept in the casino because they were in Vegas.
Wow,
they were in the casino. He probably slept in the casino, probably while the wife and the kids are staying in the hotel, because they're in Vegas, remember?
Yeah.
They probably sleep in the casino.
Yeah.
He was hanging by a thread.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Hollywood already received a notification of your live show today on the Boulevard. See you there. Yeah, that's el cómic narrado. El cómic narrado de He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh, okay.
Eso es a las 8. A las 8. Okay, more comments? Yeah, we have more comments. Nobody's talking about NXT. There's another multiverse of less relevance.
Eso es Stephanie Balcare.
Así es. The original plans for WrestleMania were uploaded sometime after the pay-per-view. That is Triple Checkman smoked badly. No, eso es para el documental que van a sacar. Another documentary, another one exposed the business. Jim Cornette is going to have a blast on this one. Wait. We're going to hold the second item to tackle this one. The next fight scheduled for fall and is custody of Paul Heyman. Okay. So So the WWE wants to pull out another documentary. What was the name of this documentary? What is the name?
It's called WWE Unreal. Which,
Unreal. Okay.
Yeah, which could wait. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. So the thing is that they're gonna go into the backstage area, and they're gonna unravel all the booking meetings, the writings, just about. You're gonna flip what? You're gonna kill whatever is left of kayfabe, man. I mean. What I understand. Okay, so first of all, we're not stupid idiots. Okay, everybody knows what's going on nowadays. Everybody knows. Okay, we're not strangers to what's happening. But please, there are some of us who still believe in the magic. Some of us still kind of feel like it's real to us. It's still real to me. God damn it.
Let me say something.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna be finished up in just a sec.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna sit down, relax, and wait for Jim Cornette to rant himself to death on this one. Do you have any idea what old timers are gonna say about this? It's that Triple H is killing the business to gain new fans into still saying normal people, oh, wrestling is fake. Fake my ass. My ass! I do not understand for the life of me how could someone so brilliant as Paul Levesque or TKO for that matter, maybe they did them, I don't know, try to pull something like this off. I'm starting up with D-Man because he wanted to say something, so hold on for a second.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me make this very clear. I'm gonna.
Here we go.
I've been a fan since 1986. In 1986, I believed it. The business that I see, I thought it was real fight, real problems, a real bruise. You see some scars, you see everything of it, and it shows that now. Years that I learned about it, and I learned it when I was behind with you guys in Raw. I learned about the business. I see behind the scene, and I learned about the booking 101, psychology 101. And we learned the one thing we do, what mostly traditional in the territory, everything from promoters and all, always protect the business. And Triple H is not putting the code on protecting the tradition business. You don't have to show anything behind the scene. You could just say, okay, congratulations, good job. But don't show everything behind the scene that what's the plan or what to do and all that stuff. You don't do that. You don't show who's going over, who's not going over, because this is supposed to be a secret to know what the fans, it's a surprise. And you're spoiling us so much of everything that now we're starting to lose that the fans are thinking now, like you said, that this is not a real thing. I don't want to say the word F, but I'm going to say not real, because then they're going to look at it like it's a joke. And I know that Vince can come up with the entertainment product that is called a wrestling sports entertainment instead of calling wrestling. It's a wrestling, pro wrestling that I love since 1986. I've been a fan for it a long time. I still kept it in my heart to protect the business and always show the love for the business. And sadly, with this thing, it's the thing you say, not just Cornette. Probably Jim Ross, you probably see a lot of it, Taz, everybody, Mark Henry, maybe Bubba Ray, and they're going to look at it, it's like Busted Open. And you saw Busted Open was exploded and say, what the fuck is this, the ending of last night's, Sunday night's main event? What was that about? Because you didn't show us a lot more of it, and that's the thing. I don't want to know what happened and why Mr. Johnson didn't show up. Why was he not present on the end of it? And why can the guys that, like me, for example, what I would have done in the finish, instead of bringing up, excuse my language, they're going to say this, like we could say whatever we want, instead of a fucking rapper, you could have brought Paul Heyman out and Seth Rollins screw Cody Rhodes, and then you start building that story with The Rock being responsible and plant the seed that now that everybody, well, nobody cares about it, Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. That would have been a perfect ending there. But instead, you give us a fucking rapper that it comes out and Cena just win the championship like that. That was a waste of ending of the main event.
And where's the
And I
point?
feel bad for Triple H. I gotta defend Triple H a little bit of this. You know why? Because Rock was supposed to be present to kind of what's the plan in the ending. Triple H is tied up. You know what I mean? Me personally, I would have done like I said before. Put Paul Heyman and put Seth Rollins to screw Cody, so that way the story makes sense. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No. You gotta say what you gotta say, bro. But yeah, look. You know that kayfabe really died in '96. I think it was '96 or no, wait.
96, yes. When they left.
The curtain call.
Yeah, because I remember
96.
Yeah, I think it was '96. This is like months.
Yes, 96.
Made. You know that you're looking at the man who killed kayfabe that night. That explains why that's why they created this fucking project called Unreal. I mean, like Dorian, I've been a fan since I was 2 years old. Until I was like in my preteens or my teenage years. That's when I discovered how the business is, and then revealed that this is all like a show. All these wrestlers are like actors and athletes, and they choreograph. The word choreograph, not fake. Choreograph. You can't. I mean, yeah, sure. You could like. Silver, what's up? You cannot. I mean, you can't fake a slam. You can't fake gravity. Whoever said that stuff, man. I mean, you can say it's offensive and stuff, but no, that's insulting because you know what, man. For the people who are listening right now, even whoever's non-wrestling fans, explain why some of them died in the ring. Explain why who got injured permanently. One of them, what happened? Who remembers Dross and D'Lo Brown, that match on SmackDown? Was that fake? What happened to him now? He got paralyzed permanently, and now he's gone. Also, one of the founding members of Noah, he died in the ring because he wanted to keep going until he died because he loved the business. And people saying that, it's fake. We want to show something behind the scenes. Well, that's WWE. WWE wants to show that, go right ahead. But we all know the real story. But guess what? You got younger, new generation of fans who think this looks real. And the kids gonna see this documentary, they're gonna ask their parents, hey dad, hey mom, why is the heel and the face together conversating? They're all happy, they're laughing. How you gonna explain that? You're gonna break like what Dorian said and what Hollywood said. They're fucking up the magic. They're gonna break the magic. They're gonna ruin the illusion. They're gonna ruin that. I mean, before I was born and before Dorian was born, man. Like, you guys remember there was like back in the '80s, they tried to protect kayfabe. See? Thank you. Who remembers that one story in Dark Side of the Ring about what's his name, Dr. Shots and that clown?
Dr. Shore.
Yeah.
David Shore.
Who remembers that?
That some idiot reporter because let's face it, this is just fake,
John
right?
Sasso.
Yeah. And what happened? He slapped the shit out of him, but he got
John
fired.
Sasso, that's his name, the reporter.
Yeah, John Sasso, whatever his fucking name is, he's a fucking piece of shit. So who remembers that many years ago? This is back in the '70s and the '80s. They protected kayfabe. They make it real. I seen the documentaries about way before we were born. They explained everything on the documentary. We protect kayfabe. We try to stay away in public.
Remember the thing with Van Vader and The Undertaker?
We just saw the documentary, yep.
It was in India.
No, it was
yes.
I think Pakistan. It was Pakistan.
Well,
no, yeah.
And that guy had the balls to say, but this is all. Is this fake? Is this not real? And Van Vader, being Van Vader,
that guy rest
the shit out of him. Does that? Do you feel that that's not real?
Yeah.
I hate using the word myself, but I have to bring it up because that's the word that everybody's using.
Yeah.
And remember the Hogan thing with WrestleMania with Richard Belzer from New York Law and Order. He put him to sleep and knocked them out, bust them wide open. Hogan protected that business.
They asked for it. They asked for it. They want to ask it. Hey, is it fake? Well, a chokehold is. I mean, is that fake? I mean, people do that. Even the most inexperienced fighters who does that shit could kill anybody. Could choke them. They could choke them out. Even the ones who are inexperienced in MMA fight and brawling too, they can do that shit. It's not that hard to apply to anybody else's head. But the thing is, man, for many years, man, wrestlers, managers, they protected kayfabe. I heard one story that when the Sandman had involved with the story with Raven, with his son and stuff like that, I heard there was this one story from Dark Side of the Ring that they had to be separated, like, after the show, so people won't kill the illusion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that story. And that's how you protect kayfabe. I mean, like, people think that, his son and his wife, now ex-wife, is with Raven. But when the show's over, they had to go different vehicles.
Brad and Owen too.
Yeah, that too, Brad and Owen, because they think they hate each other, but they don't. It's just that's story. They have to do things. They have to hide it, But now you're gonna show us behind the scenes, like how they're gonna write the story, who's gonna be like feuding who is who, and all that crap, man. You're gonna kill it. I mean, like we don't want to see anything behind the scenes. Like come on, man. Like, and also plus we already saw those behind the scenes many years ago. We already know about that right now. I mean, WWE already did behind the scenes on documentary.
Yeah, we don't have to do too much about it. We don't want to overdo it,
Yeah,
it's unreal. We already seen it.
What's the point of doing that? I mean, what else can you bring us that we haven't seen or heard already?
Yeah, we already know about this stuff. And also, like, now we got little kids who are watching professional wrestling. I don't think that's a good idea to put that on, because now how the parents are gonna like explain to them. It's like I'm sorry, Hollywood. It's like no, Hollywood, go ahead. You want to go first?
Okay. The worst thing about it is that they're gonna make it look easy, and it is not. It's not. Wrestling is not an easy business. I mean, if you expose what's happening backstage, they're gonna say, they're gonna write me this and that, and I'm gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna get paid millions of dollars just to sit on my ass, pretending that I'm fighting. Yeah. And guess what? That's not happening. That's not how the system works. You're gonna get your ass whipped. You're gonna get broken bones. You're gonna get a dislocated shoulder. You're gonna have perhaps a concussion. It's not like we're gonna write you like you're Superman. You're gonna get thrown through a chair or something. You're gonna land on a pad. No, it's not gonna happen. And a lot of people have the wrong idea.
Yeah, and a lot of celebrities remember they had celebrities that doing a couple of matches and stuff, but they were trained because they were trained before they were prepared for it. It's not like all of a sudden out of nowhere. No, it's years, 6 months, years to learn everything from the basics, learn about the fall, learn about the spot, learn about choreography, everything. It's a lot of experience you have to learn about it before you're going to get in the ring. This is not the easy business, you know what I mean?
The greatest.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joey. I'm just reading the comment, but we're gonna talk about that like after we finish this. I mean, that's your cue. But let me finish this one part. It's like when we're kids, we want to believe Santa Claus is real. We want to believe Easter Bunny is real.
I still believe it's real. Goddammit! I still believe in him. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, it's just like that, man. And then later on, years later, you're gonna find out slowly that it's not real. But then again, it's part of an act. It's part to have fun. But this professional wrestling, there's no Santa Claus. There's no Easter Bunny. These are real people playing these characters that these kids think that they're superheroes. They're machines. No, they're living, breathing human beings. But it's like actors like that we've seen in films, on television, and people think. And it's funny because there's people out there who believe when they watch a movie and also a reality show. Reality show. Like what does the word reality means? Real. The stuff that we watch like over the years on television, which also killed MTV. Because why is it called MTV? Why is it called MTV?
Amen.
These are fucking videos, but no, we're watching ridiculous shows. But except Beavis and Butthead and Daria, I love those shows. That's part of the culture of MTV. But the other shows they replaced it with, man, with music videos, is shows that's not involving music. It's like that, man. And also, like, I don't get it. So in the end of the day, man, it's a horrible idea to announce that at WrestleMania and showing what is behind the scenes, the scripts, the choreography, and who's going to play the role. It's a stupid idea. It's a big mistake to a man who broke kayfabe almost 3 decades ago.
And that begs the question. Because of this, do we still believe? Do we still believe in Joe Hendry? Do we have to? Of course we do. We all do, because we love him, because he's loving Canada and Mexico, everywhere. I'm not going to sing the song right now, but apparently he's not loving WrestleMania.
I know. Oh, man.
What the hell happened here? Okay, so I'm going to be pretty decent on this one, because I know it's not his fault. I know this is all because of the alliance, because of the thing that they have with NXT. But hey, I understand that it's Randy Orton. Okay, it's great. That's good. That's fine. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. But we're talking about the current TNA World Champion. We're not talking about the guy who has the cop, the call your shot cop, like Frankie the Future Kazarian. We're not talking about Bachdala, AJ Francis. We're not talking about, I don't know, you name anyone in the roster. We're talking, hell, we're not even talking about Ned Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler. We're talking about Joe Hendry, who happens to be the TNA World Champion. And I understand that this is because of the pop, because he's selling merch. I understand that, and it was a nice little fun match. It was nice. It was great. I did find uncomfortable, however, the second, I call them diamond cutters. You can call them RKO all you want, but to me, it's a diamond cutter. It's a new version of the diamond cutter. But the other diamond cutter, to me, was not necessary. To me, it was not necessary, because to me, it was kind of like, okay, I'm not doing this because I want to do this, but it seemed like I am doing it. And why am I saying that they're burying the world champion? Maybe that's not the intention. I understand that if it isn't, but it can look like that because you're talking about the world champion who got an offensive like the Hurricane. Now, I'm going to be real honest here, because I love this guy. I love the way he performs. I love the way he handles himself in the ring. I love the fact that he's so over. And this is going to sound like Jerry Lawler. I'm sorry to say that he looked a lot bigger in the Fruity Pebbles box. I'm sorry to say that. Even the TNA Championship looked like a toy belt. I'm very sorry to say that. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't want to disrespect. I know we're shooting, but I mean no disrespect by saying this. He had the offensive of the Hurricane. I mean, I know that Joe Hendry can do a lot better. And I know that he's trying to get himself over with certain moves that could be billed for kids. I get it. And I respect him for that. But trying a choke slam, a guy like this, that size, to Randy Orton, he looked like a dwarf. He looked like a dwarf. So I'm very excited to say this, but I was happy. I was happy for Joe Hendry. I was happy for him. I had the buzz and the sensation that he was going to be the surprise opponent. But my God, I wanted more. I wanted to see more for Joe Hendry. It was his fucking WrestleMania moment. It was a time for TNA to shine. It was the world champion, their world champion, who was in there. He got the biggest pop ever. For a guy who was kind of like the indies. No, he's not fucking indies. This is the champion of the promotion that came after the steps of WCW. And it was relevant because of guys like AJ Styles, like Samoa Joe, like Chris Sabin, and many, many others. If you were a fan of the original TNA, then you know what I'm talking about, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But this, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. And I remember which it looked a lot bigger than the Lucky Charms box. That's the phrase that Jerry Lawler used to describe Taz. So my apologies, but we still believe in him. I still believe in him, but please don't. My feeling is that he got buried. Maybe not intentionally, but if you look at it from another side, he got buried. Drago.
Yeah. His appearance was unexpected. I did not know that he was going to be showing at WrestleMania. I was happy to see him. Also, the positive thing is his dream came true. He debuted at WrestleMania. 60,000 people were chanting his name, singing the song, waving their arms and stuff. I was super happy for him. Randy Orton versus Joe Hendry, I did not expect it. It was unexpected. But the length of the match, I'm like, dude, I wish it was like probably the limit to 10 minutes, 15 minutes for the match, because Joe Hendry is a good wrestler. He's a very good wrestler. Like, I know his song, his quotes, and his motivational speaking and stuff like that. But this guy is the TNA World Champion. He is the top champion of the promotion, and you made him look like a clown in front of 60,000 people at the biggest event in professional wrestling. And I could not believe that he got RKO'd 3 times, and it was humiliating. But you know what? Like, I was happy. I mean, I was happy for him that, looks like he was having fun. Randy Orton was having fun. I love Randy too, and he's still one of my favorite wrestlers. But you know what, man? Like, having this partnership, man. I mean, I'm still questioning about this partnership with TNA and WWE. First, it was going really good. I was happy that they bring all these talents at TNA to NXT, and then finally seeing this guy to come to the main roster only for the Rumble and then later on at WrestleMania was fucking awesome. But I wish the match was a little bit longer. Then it would have been more fun. Maybe he could probably do. I mean, I know Randy is a bigger guy than Joe, but Joe is a strong dude. He could probably do the standing ovation, which is the finisher, which is kind of like a choke slam, except that he put his hand on the opponent's chest just to raise him up. He could probably pick him up. But yeah, like that spot when he tried to do that, it did look like the Hurricane trying to give a choke slam. It did look like that, what Hollywood said. But still, I mean, man. I mean, if it was without the title, man, it would have been different. But this was much worse, man. And I mean, it was historic, like having the TNA champion showing up. I mean, the first ever non-WWE talent showing up at WrestleMania to compete, but it was too short. And I wish that it would have been maybe 10 minutes minimum. Maximum 15 minutes. I want to see that, man. Like, dude, he's good.
Yeah.
I see him wrestle.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. He's good enough to put up a good match. Yeah, but
absolutely.
It was kind of like a circus thing,
And don't forget.
Trying to get it with a choke and all this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
I wanted him to put a little bit more offensive and stuff, but they didn't do that. I mean, and guess what, man? We all know who booked this crap anyway. I mean, and I know there's some people. I mean, there's Dorian also. I know people love Triple H and his booking and stuff. I get it, but you know that he's still responsible of creative. He's really responsible for this shit anyway. I mean, if he really loves the partnership and all that stuff, why did he give us a 4-minute match with this guy? We wanted it a little bit longer. I mean, so far, the show was going good for night 2, and then suddenly it went. I mean, the first 3 matches was great. It was awesome, and then it went like this, and way like this to the core of the earth for that ending of the main event. But you know what, man? I don't care what happened to him. I don't even give a shit about the match. I was happy that he finally realized his dream. He came out to WrestleMania. I predicted him to show up at WrestleMania also a couple of months ago, and he finally hears 60,000 people singing his song, waving his arms. He was happy.
Yeah,
I was happy for him. I was happy. And you know what, bro? Do I believe in him? Do I still believe in him? I still believe in Joe Hendry since 2022. And I know he's going to be something more bigger and better for this man. And the next time they book this guy, if he's still champion or not, they gotta book him better, man. Because the last match he had was in NXT. That was a good fucking match with him and Ethan Page for the NXT title. That was a good fucking match. And I know he wasn't gonna win. I was betting for it, but we all know they were not gonna give an NXT title to a non-WWE talent because you know how WWE is. They will never do that. And even without Vince McMahon, they will never do that. But I still believe in Joe Hendry.
At the end of the day, he had his WrestleMania moment. Everybody agrees on this. It was a historical match, even though it wasn't as much as we wanted. I would have loved to see a lot more from Joe Hendry, but it was history making. He's the first, as you said, he's the very first not contracted TNA champion or wrestler that shows up at WrestleMania. I mean, he is 2 in a row from the Rumble all the way to WrestleMania being the TNA World Champion. Dorian, my question, you still believe in Joe Hendry?
Yeah. Man, let me tell you this. Guy found his persona, found his presentation. He found his character. He found everything that people... And let me tell you this. Before all the TNA stuff, Guy is very creative in the videos.
Oh, yes.
He could do video editing, could do anything. But the problem is some of the copyrights, you know? I mean, he'll do it if he goes to WWE. Let me tell you this. I don't like it the way it's short, but I kind of understand why they're doing this, just to say, okay, they know who he is. Everybody recognizes who he is. And let me tell you this. When his contract is over with TNA, he's going to WWE. He's going straight to the main roster. Straight to the main roster. And he's going to come up with his personal character, like every song, everything that he could get to do, like whatever you want to market. Like maybe make fun of Rusev when you see Rusev, or make fun of Sheamus or Drew McIntyre, like he did last time in the past.
Oh yeah,
you could do everything that he could come up with. But talk about the buried on a thing. I would have to say a little mix of yes and no, because one thing, you know, in the end, Orton's going over because they needed Orton to, you know, for next month. And 2, Joe Hendry, they want to test the water, see how the audience is. You know, they want the limit time, you know, like, you know, I kind of seen some shows like the rest of they tell you, okay, you're on the clock, let's do this for 4 minutes. If you could do that, then we're good to go. And then the referee, and then they'll tell you, wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. In the end, when he did the usual pose, and then Orton did the RKO, I get it. And then they give him his moment that people will know. And I think he's all right. He did the interview with Busted Open. They giving him, like, you know, how you call it? Like, you know, like when you're in college, right?
Mm-hmm. The accolades.
I forgot what's the word. Huh?
The accolades.
I think that's the word is, but they gave him the earning, like you earn the spot. You're going to be definitely 38 pound once after your TNA contract is up, because he's one of the guys that he could put over himself, that he could put like a true marketing on stuff. I hope they give him the world title if he comes out, if he comes in WWE, because he's one of those guys that get pretty yeet, and you got, I believe in Joe Hendry, you go clap, and the shirts, if you sell them, shoot, that would be more money right there for WWE in their pockets, you know?
You see, that's the difference between this guy and the other guy who's doing the Jeep thing. This guy actually, without being on a, let's say he's not on a very big platform right now, with all the respect to TNA, he's not on a big platform. But if you wanted to test the waters on Joe Hendry, if he was worth the buy, my God, he passed that test with flying colors. Whew. I mean, the Rumble, everybody was clapping. WrestleMania, the entire place was singing the song. They were clapping. I mean, that brings me back to when Jordynne Grace first showed up last year at the Rumble. Well, she was still the Knockouts champion. It was a roar. Oh, yeah. Everybody knew who she was. And I was kind of like, my God, look at TNA go.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you know, what what Dorian said. Yes, this man could be a marketing monster if he goes to WWE. Because look, he's not only a wrestler, he's also a musician. He had it all. He had his own band for probably for 15 years before he became a professional wrestler. If he's gonna do some music in WWE, please, for fuck's sakes, keep him away from Def Rebel. Keep him away. Keep him away, because this guy, he should be like probably the new musician and composer for WWE instead, because this guy is a fucking genius. What Dorian said about it, like, this guy made music videos. He could do parodies out of it. He can do his own tune. I mean, if you watch his music videos from the promotion that he wrestled over there in Scotland, man, like, there were remixes of some old songs. My favorite will be from TNA, where he was making fun of Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, which was hysterical. And as a matter of fact, that music video was the first video that I discovered Joe Hendry, and since then I became a fan of his. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the name of the song is called Edge's Bitch. To me,
my favorite is as AJ Francis, Don't Fly. Don't die. That was my favorite.
So Edge's Bitch, Get Ready to Fly, but like
don't ready to die.
Yeah, that one, Get Ready to Die. Yeah, that one. Oh my God! I mean, if Hollywood doesn't want, I mean, he needs to watch. You seen it before on Hollywood? You never seen it, did you? You seen it?
Yeah, I see.
This motherfucker is creative. He's fucking hysterical. He's a genius. As a matter of fact, there was this one time that I did requested a cameo, like a few years ago, for a friend, and he responded. But it wasn't for me. It was for a friend, for a friend's birthday, and he responded, and he loved it, man. And and I was getting started as a fan to Joe Hendry. It's fucking dope. But the thing is, man, if he shows up in WWE, I know that his sales on the merch is gonna go crazy, man. Because look at this guy, like, man, the guy didn't only pass flying colors; he passed it way past flying colors. Because you saw the fucking roar in that crowd in Elite Stadium, monstrous. Everyone,
even Royal Rumble, he was
the Rumble
fire.
He was super over.
People predicted that last year, and it came true. That was the time they were paying attention to us, and look what the fuck happened. They listened to us, and they said, "You know what? Fuck this, man. Let this guy lose in 4 minutes." They just want him, like, see how'd it go. It worked. Now we gotta wait for this man to show up to the company after his contract expires. He's gonna be huge as long he does his own music, as long he does the music videos to
create his own stuff.
I want to see that. As long they let him do it. As long as they let him do it. Don't let the creative, not even the guy in the suit, which we're going to talk about later, about the subject that Hollywood is mentioning. I can't wait to talk about that. As long the creative, let him accept his ideas to do his own music videos about his opponents. Let him do his own songs. Well, the thing is, he's going to keep that song because all of his songs, all his music videos belongs to him, 100%. He'll be fine.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. And one thing, my favorite thing about it, besides the TNA, what Drew McIntyre is telling you about, I'm Drew, da da dee da da da, I'm a Jew, I'm Drew, da da dee da da.
That's true. He even made a song about some one wrestler in the Independents, and he was parodying Limp Bizkit's "Rollin'," which was hysterical.
He was beating up mini Jews.
If you saw like if you saw what Drew was in the ring, he was cracking up. He was trying to hold his laughter.
He was trying not to laugh.
Yeah, he was whipping his hair. He was holding his laughter. And also, he was making fun of Scotty 2 Hotty one time. This is way before he went to TNA. He did that too.
Yes.
He even did a parody of the Big Show. He called himself the Big Joe. Everything was all like the 1999-2000 WWF entrance of the Big Show. This time with Big Joe. I mean, with the Big Show on it. But guess what? No, Big Joe. But
which one is the Bohemian Rhapsody?
What happened?
Which one is the Bohemian Rhapsody? He did the Bohemian Rhapsody on somebody.
I forgot I gotta check.
That was a masterpiece. I love that one. That was a masterpiece. And I see karaoke Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. You could look it up on your Instagram. Now, that's a masterpiece.
If you watch the music video of his parody of the Big Show, he wasn't making fun of the Big Show. He just saying that he's the giant. So guess what? If you watch the video, one of the planes flying appears Big Show's face. If you watch the music video, you have to see it. I was watching it and I paused and like, oh my god, that's Big Show's face. It was hysterical. But yeah, that one too that Dorian said, my personal favorite will always be Edge's bitch, because that was fucking hysterical. And also get ready to dive, whatever you call it. But also the thing is, man, he'll be okay in WWE as long he does his own music, as long his ideas is approved by WWE, because they need to know this guy is going to be huge. I don't want them to fuck up, but WWE does fuck up, but as long they don't fuck him up. And I wish Joe Hendry the best if he goes to the WWE. Or if he's a very smart man, to the other universe. But in WWE, he'll be a monster. In merch, and also as possibly a world champion.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Me too.
You know what it all sums up? It sums up to one single word. No, he didn't show up. He's somewhere else. He's not around here. And that would be a killer. But hey, a killer can also get killer. And that brings us to our final subject of the night.
Man. Oh.
I'm going to leave this one to you both, because I'm just going to lay back and I'm going to watch you destroy this thing. So there was this little show that the WWE has. I don't know. I don't remember what the name is. But they had this guy with his wife.
Sam Roberts, I think. Maybe Sam Roberts.
It's Sam Roberts, who has one of the most annoying on television. I hate his fucking voice. I'm sorry, man.
They were having
Sam Roberts.
They were having a show.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this guy shows up. He's a guest with a Scarlet Bordeaux. So he starts talking apparently about his WrestleMania moment. Keep in mind that this is going as WrestleMania goes. And it just so happened that the Logan Paul AJ Styles match has finished.
Mm-hmm.
But Killer or Carrion, whatever you want to call him, decided to sit down and basically destroy the entire place in which he works for, which is the WWE. You have no idea. If you haven't seen, I'm going to say this. If you don't know what passion for the business is, then look no further than this guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Kross is one of the most passionate guys I've ever seen step into the ring and lace up a pair of boots. But he proceeded to destroy everything and everyone. F we're here, F we're there, fuck this, fuck that. I'm just saying it. Fuck this, fuck that guy. My ass, be creative. And he even gave good old Dollar Bill 2-second shout out. Bill Goldberg, that is.
Yeah.
You know, he talked about the advice. Why do people always have to bring the thing about the advice? You know what the best advice Kevin Nash gave me? You know what's the best advice I ever got them from Scott Hall? What's the best advice that somebody ever gave me? Triple H. What's the best? Hulk Hogan. Bruce Lee. Randy Savage. Bill Goldberg. Of all people, Bill Goldberg. Be a good soldier. Be a good soldier. You know, that has a lot. If there are two sides of a coin, then welcome to the first ever million-faced coin. Because be a good soldier can be so freaking hurtful. Could mean so many fucking things. You know, you get handed the be a good soldier coin, and by golly, may the force be with you, man. May the angels of God protect you. Because you're fucking screwed! I know I said I wasn't going to do it. I know I said I was going to wait up for last. I still have something up to get off my chest because of it. But I'm going to start this time with Dorian. Then we go to Equa, and we finish up with me.
Do it, man.
It's
Go
you're
ahead,
on.
man. Do it, man.
You're on.
All right. So first thing when he said about Gover advice, and Gover advice saying be a good soldier. A good soldier that makes you go to what, the next level, or follow what they want to do and all that stuff. I'm shaking my head with that one, because if I was going to go to the wrestling business, if I want to go to an advice to a talent or stuff, hell, I would have probably have advice with Mick Foley, CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin. What else I would talk to? But Goldberg, man, I feel like Goldberg, he doesn't know much about the business like he thinks, because he knows how to make money. He knows how to draw his own self. I would probably say I'd rather take Hogan advice than Goldberg, you know? So he opened up about, you know, missing funerals, missing weddings, missing holidays, and missing. That's on you. That's on you for missing those things. You could have probably get some time off to want to see your loved ones and close ones. You know, I did this years when I was working in a company that I miss funerals. I miss Christmas. I miss weddings and all that stuff. For example, I miss,
So did I.
Me
And
too.
I,
and
I have I have no boundaries to say the name. I worked my ass for 4 years for Radio Disney Ecuador, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it was a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise, because you have no idea. You have no idea the hell I went through in that place. I learned a lot. I learned a fucking lot how to do radio.
yeah, and
No fucking idea how many Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, New Year's, my own fucking birthday.
amen.
Because I was a fucking good soldier.
Yeah, amen.
Don't ever anyone else in this fucking business or any business at all say that fucking word. Be a good soldier.
Yeah.
You have no fucking idea what it's like to be a good soldier. It doesn't get you anywhere. Oh no, sorry, I'm gonna rephrase that. It gets you nowhere fast.
Listen, one thing about me, on the 26th, God willing, this Saturday, 15 years I've been working in Greenwich Hospital. By the way, it's today. Yeah, today is officially that I work in Greenwich Hospital. I work at the hospital. So 3 years I was this close to quit because I couldn't take it anymore. And it feels like they're not going to give me an opportunity. So you're one of the guys that you want as an opportunity for yourself and other stuff. Okay, I get it that you open yourself about why you miss days and weddings, all the sacrifice for that. All these guys do the same thing. Every single people miss that too. I did the whole thing too the same way. It's not the wrestling business, it's the hospital business that I have to work in housekeeping, doing rotate holidays, rotate weekends, because you have to pick either one. You can't pick both days off, and you can't even call out unless you get written up. You know what I mean? Now, almost 3 months now, I'm in a position now. It's going to be now 15 years. I never thought I was going to make it this far, and finally, I get to enjoy the holidays. I get to enjoy to spend time with my family. If I had to go to a wedding, I could have gone to my nephew's wedding, but I just started my new precision job. I can't do that because I have to learn a lot. I wish my nephew didn't change it, because originally he was supposed to do it in June, but because he wants to do it on this Semana Santa, for his wife and all that shit, I said, and I can't go. And I had to tell my sister, if I get the job, this is in January. I end up getting the job. I told my sister, I can't go. So my mom had to end up going by herself. My little sister, I don't want to get into detail my little sister and the family, but That's something that, you know, is personal. But anyway, so a lot of things is that there's no excuse to say that you miss weddings, you miss funerals, and you miss all this stuff. And then you're talking about you're following to be a good soldier and all this stuff. No, there's more people that you should talk to. Look at, for example, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You know their stories, right? That how they become who they are. They listened to Stone Cold Steve Austin when they saw him in the Indies around the area. He talked to Austin. Is there any advice that you want to give us? And he says, like, what was it? What was the word that he said? Because it's just saying, like, oh yeah, always have a mic, like you could talk, you know. You know, that's the best advice that, you know, you could talk. Karrion Kross can talk, and he have everything in his Instagrams that he could do all that stuff, and he doesn't pay attention to see his personality. And now you see how everything that you've done, for example, Friday Night SmackDown, you're in the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal. People booed when you got eliminated. They were cheering for him because he's in his area, and two, he's the guy that you got to push the guy to know what you get, you know? And I would have put him at WrestleMania against Orton. That's one guy that I would have thought of. One. And two, if not, okay, put him a little extra for the match, like whatever. Even better. Remember he's not a luchador, but he had experience with the AAA, you know? He could have worn a mask and kind of help out, you know? Yeah. But unfortunately, you don't want to kill the character. That's the problem. I'm talking about the Grande Mexicano, because he needs to win, you know? So in the end, so the moral of this is say, okay, if you open up, if you want to kind of shoot yourself in the leg and your foot to kind of send in a message to these guys, and I know he's upset. You heard the ending part, right?
Yeah.
He was upset because somebody leaked of his contract tampering. You know, like they know his contract is up this year, and he's very upset because he can't keep his privacy. You know, he doesn't talk about it. He never said anything. Somebody leaked his privacy. You know, that's why he was upset about it too. In the end.
You know, there's a thin line between trying to do what's best for the business and trying to do the best for you. I catched the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and this guy was way over. Everybody was cheering. Everybody was fucking cheering him. And yeah, he may not have asked for the Orton match, but then again, you have a guy with so much talent, and what are you doing with him? You just put him. He's starting to kind of like trying to dig himself out of the hole that he has been brought back into with that lame ass stable that he had. The final count of the final judgment, whatever the hell it was.
Testament,
yeah, that's that shit. That shitload of fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, was getting him nowhere.
Yep.
Because it was kind of like watching the what was it, the Ministry of Darkness all over again. I mean, you already had the emos with the Judgment Day, and now we're bringing what the characters from the monsters. Something's not right about this booking, man. And now all of a sudden you draft him to SmackDown, drafted being the word, and you got him doing what? Doing the Brother Devon thing, trying to convert. What is he? Palpatine now? What is he? Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader is going to lure AJ Styles into the dark side because I am your father? Wonder the guy's pissed off.
Before I can say something, behind me, before we went on the stream, I want to show you guys something, the shirt that I made. And this is for Karrion Kross. It's for all the people who are working in the wrestling business. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Look what it says on my fucking side over here. I'm going to show really closely to you guys. You have to stop and think. Stop first. Then think. Before you ask someone who has experience, who has wisdom and knowledge about the business. But Goldberg?
Of all people.
Fucking Goldberg? That motherfucker, man? And also, you want to talk about good soldiers, man? You want to talk about good soldiers? Huh? Look at these guys. If you guys can't see well on the camera, those are like loyal soldiers to the company, and they don't give a fuck what they're going to do. They're going to tell them, oh, do this. They're going to do it. Rock, Cena, Rollins, oh, and the big fat horse in the middle too. The true murderer, the true corporate, the true killer of ECW. He killed that fucking company. And what did he do? Now he's a lifetime soldier to the WWE. I still say that to this day. If you guys don't want to believe it, I don't give a fuck. Now, he's a loyal soldier to the WWE. Now, I understand that Hollywood said that he did everything. I've been a security guard for 11 years. I worked my ass out. I did sacrifices. I missed birthdays. I did miss weddings. I missed my mother's birthday also, which is also the most important day of the year for me. Her birthday, you know when her birthday is? New Year's Eve, December 31st. I never miss her birthday. I had to go to work in the morning, in the afternoon, at nighttime. All I have to do is just call her and say, happy birthday, Mom. Happy New Year. I miss Christmas. I miss Thanksgiving because check this out. Because I was a soldier. And what those older soldiers were doing? Giving fucking excuses to go somewhere. One time in my last security job, I had to fill in for some fucking bitch who couldn't make it. And then I found out from a coworker. I said, oh, I think I heard that she called out because she had to take care of her kid. No, you know what she was doing, man? She called out because she had to go out with her friends and start drinking. She was drinking late night. And I had to take her fucking place. I used to do a shit ton of doubles. I did a triple shift in the hospital dealing with fucking idiots, retards, morons who complain about everything that they can't. I tell them you can't come inside. They don't fucking listen. You know how much headache I had? You know how much weight I gained over the year? I mean, well, when I was working at the hospital, because I had to be a good fucking soldier. I had to deal with the supervisors. I even had to fill in for somebody else because everybody said no. The supervisor said, oh, I can't do it either. I said no also. And then at the last few minutes before I was gonna clock out, he said, hey, Carlos, which is my real name, can you go in and please fill in it? I know you said no, but can you use please? Here's the thing, man. If everybody said no, automatically, the supervisor and the manager has to stay. They have to do their job. If all your coworkers, all your employees said no, then you have to fucking stay. You can't force me. I was forced because I had no choice. And because of that, I had to quit that job because guess what? My last security job, I almost lost my life because some psych patient choked me out. I almost died. I almost got killed because I had to restrain this fucking bitch with 3 nurses and 2 other security guards. And she grabbed one of my shit around my neck, which I had my ID, and she tried to choke me. I wanted to fucking kill her. I almost died. I dealt with psych patients who wanted to fucking kill me. And I don't want to kill them either. The last person, that was the last straw. And that was my last security guard. I dealt with that shit for 11 years of different security jobs from hospitals, from warehouses, from residentials, deal with all these people, man. And all these coworkers of mine had to call out for bullshit. They don't want to come to work. Then why the fuck you sign up for? Why did you sign up and do this job? And I had to take care of everything. I had to do all the work. Do what? Because I got no family? What? I mean, here's the thing. I got no wife. I got no kids. Who gives a fuck? Guess what? I have a life too. I go home and I sleep like everybody else. I got stuff to do also. I got hobbies like everybody. I'm not strongly dedicated to my job. It's just a job. I gotta go home. I have a mom over there who I have to take care of. I got family, I got friends, I got plans to do. But you who doesn't want to come to work and you call out, and then I found out what the fuck you were doing. You weren't like taking care of your kids. You weren't doing something really important, but you go out and drink, or you didn't want to come to work just to stay home and slack off. And you call yourself a soldier. Now, all I gotta say is, man, like, I'm glad I left that type of job, that type of field. Since then, I started working warehouses and I feel great. I feel more active. The days off that I had, they pay me for holidays. You know how awesome that is? Getting paid on your day off on a holiday? That's fucking awesome.
Me.
Everybody else who done like warehouse jobs, you understand. It's awesome. Now, here's the thing about the shoe for carrying Kross. Now, sound disappointing, but I got a feeling that it is a work shoot. It gotta be, because how the hell he would show up and say this shit in front of the camera when there's a logo of WWE right there. And we all know that, like, it's gotta be a work shoot. If it's real, then guess what? He should have been like off television, but he showed up on Raw. Like, just chilling right there, man. Now, the idea that Dorian said that he should have been like the opponent for Randy Orton, that would have been perfect because it's Las Vegas. Where is he from? Sin City. What's Sin City? Las Vegas, Nevada. Over there.
Originally New York, but he's built from Las Vegas. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he's from New York. I remember that. So he would have been the perfect opponent for Randy. He should have had, like, you know, a 15-minute match, like I said, with Joe Hendry, and then he would lose. But I don't know, because, you know, it's Randy Orton. He's been in WWE for more than 20 years. And I get it. They book him to win, but put up a good match with this guy. I've been a fan of this man since the start of a rising regime of Impact Wrestling in 2017. I love this guy. And if you follow him on Instagram and on Twitter, he is an awesome guy. His promos, his conversation with the fans, he's a great dude. He's super talented. He's funny. He's funny also. Like, he's like, you know, on camera, he's really evil. Like, he plays it so well. He is amazing. Behind the scenes, one of the nicest dudes, one of the sweetest guys you ever meet, and he loves his fans. He conversates with his fans, even though it annoys Scarlett also when he sees her husband, like, talk with the fans. Now, if you see some of the interviews before he went to WWE, she gets annoyed because, you know, her husband geeks out seeing his fans. Another thing, too, Cameron, I'm going to call him Killer. I'm not going to call him Cameron. Fuck that shit. Killer Kross. I remember when he was putting some reference from my favorite movie of all time, RoboCop. He put a picture of the villain, Clarence Barnaker, talking about coffee, and everyone's doing all these references, saying all these quotes from the movie. I said it too, and me and him, we were going back and forth. That was a great moment between me and him, like on social media. He was fucking cool, man. Now, it's definitely a work shoot, because if he did that shit on camera, man, he wouldn't have been showing up on Raw last night. He wouldn't. So if it's really what he really meant, literally on camera, then I hope that he does get better on being booked in WWE, because if he doesn't, then that's it. And guess what? His contract's expiring in the summertime. And I don't know, man, because I got a feeling that this guy might probably stay. I don't know. If it gets worse because right now we're in April. We're in April right now. And he got till like either July or August, because it's summertime. Summer 2025, his contract's expiring. We have to see how it's going to go, because, oh, man, I'll never forget that time when he was booked in the main roster the first time. It was a nightmare. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Like,
oh God! I mean, don't remind me of that one. That disappointed me.
Like, oh my God! Like,
I breathe for gasoline.
Yeah, he was like, he looked like he dressed up at the wrong film. I mean, the other film of Gladiator, but it wasn't PG-13 or rated R. It was more than that.
Blame Vince.
It looks like he was in the wrong. It looks like we were watching the wrong film, and you can find it on the
Blame Vince.
Yeah, that.
Somebody's digging on the trash can way too
Yeah, the trash can there, which was B-rated anyway. So, but yeah, like, and then later on when he brought him back, I was happy. I was excited, like they were gonna push his ass. And plus, he was hinted to become the next opponent for Roman Reigns when he was WWE champion. It was a hint. If you guys remember one episode when Roman got a little present and it says TikTok, not that crappy ass app. If you guys know what I'm talking about, when it said TikTok, and it was a little hint that he might be his next opponent. What happened after that? Nothing, because the old man was there before he was bye-bye. He was next. This guy has it all. And yes, Adam Cole said that shit back on NXT. Oh, you got the entrance, you got the girl. Adam Cole forgot one thing. The man could fucking talk. The man could fucking wrestle. And he's a legit badass. The only time that he had his moment in Las Vegas during WrestleMania weekend was not in WWE. It was in GCW at Bloodsport. You know how much people cheer for this man? I watched it. They were cheering for this guy. And guess what? Yes, he represented the WWE. But the announcer from GCW announced him Killer Kross, not Carrion. Because this is GCW. We don't say none of that shit. When Natty was wrestling over there, it wasn't Natalia. It was Natty Neidhart. She's also a loyal soldier, too, to WWE. And I bet she get wrong advice also. It is what it is. But you know what, man? Like, I just hope that Carrion has to stop and think before his contract expires, before whatever booking they're going to give him for the next few months. He has to think first whoever he's going to ask some advice. Fucking Goldberg, man, like, why the fuck would you ask this guy who is begging and wanting and crying and bitching, moaning for a retirement match? He still want a retirement match. WWE don't want to give it to him. AEW doesn't want to give it to him. He went to AEW also. And he said, fuck no. Went to WWE again. Did they give him an answer? No.
Maybe give him. I think he will give him the retirement if he wants the advice. Give him over retirement.
I think Gunther will fuck him up, but now we all know what happened to Gunther now because, now I can't believe in Gunther.
That would be a beautiful send off for Dollar Bill.
You know what?
Put him in the ring with Walter.
Wait a minute. I thought an idea right now. Instead of carrying Kross, why not bring Bill Goldberg to become Randy's Mysterio opponent to give him his retirement and give him 4 minutes, and then like this, and then people would cheer for his ass for Randy Orton.
Where were you? Where were you at the Mania meetings, man? Where were you?
Because I just thought of that right now.
I didn't think of that too. I forgot about that.
I just thought that right now, right in front of the camera, right here, live. If Goldberg want to retire and want a shorter match, why did he show up? Yeah, you see? Huh? You know that? Like, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yo.
I don't know
what
to
say.
Go
ahead.
Oye, estamos perdiendo plata, maricón. Estamos perdiendo plata. ¡Bola!
Now you thought about, why they never thought of that?
All the brain trust in there, and some guy from the internet had to come up with the idea.
Yeah, you see, man. Goldberg wanted to retire. You wanted a shorter match? Give it to this fucking old dude, and let Randy Orton RKO his ass and end his career at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that would have been perfect.
Way better than that god-awful retirement match that me and Dorian were at WrestleMania 35. Poor Kurt Angle, man. He wanted John Cena, and he gave us Baron Corbin because of Vince McMahon. He said, you should stay a little longer. You'll wrestle John Cena next year. He said, no, I want to retire, and he gave him Baron Corbin. But this one, that would have been a brilliant idea. Goldberg showing up, people were cheering. Next thing you know, humiliated in front of everybody else, 60,000 people, getting RKO 3 times by the Viper Randy Orton. And guess what? Don't forget, he's not only the Viper, he's a legend killer. The legend fucking killer. He kills legends.
There you go.
There you go. Problem solved. They could have done for Orton.
Killer, bro.
But no, they had to go and bury Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I know. I love Joe Hendry, but now since I thought about that right now, why the fuck Goldberg is a loyal soldier? Why did Triple H? Why didn't Triple H? Why didn't the other clowns in WWE never thought about that? Goldberg's begging for a retirement match. Let him come back to WrestleMania. Get humiliated with a couple of RKOs.
Perhaps
he wanted it.
Because now the guy can't wrestle. He's way out of a paper bag.
Put him out of his misery. Yo, RKO and his career with a little punt his bald head, and guess what? Problem solved. Rest in peace, Goldberg's career. Bye-bye. And that's it.
And go away forever.
Yeah, go forever. He wants retirement, that's it.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. So now, before I can finish this off, man, like carrying Kross, man, Killer Kross, I hope he stop and think. Not be like those other guys behind my TV, behind me on the television. He needs to think, who is he asking advices, man? Because there's some legends out there who doesn't give really good advices anyway. For Goldberg, man, really. Now, Mick Foley, yes. Stone Cold, I don't know. I know Austin's Austin, but he's still somewhat a loyal soldier to the WWE. Hell, man. I was in Philly for some shows. He didn't want to show up. I want him to show up, but he didn't show up. Instead, Las Vegas. I don't think Austin's a good idea. I love Austin. He might give some good advices, but he's still a loyal soldier to the company also. Mick Foley, yeah, because he's going back and forth. And also for Carrion Man, in case for you fans of AEW, if his contract is expired, he's not going to AEW right away. You know what, man? I gotta say this. I'm sick and tired of all these fans saying, "Oh, WWE wrestler contract expires, goes to AEW, then WWE." There's other promotions, right? People need to understand that. I know. They think it's kind of like our family and some immigrants coming to America. They think that it's New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Florida are the only 4 cities in the United States.
Yeah,
we got more today. That's how they think. That's normal. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is this, man. He can go to any promotion. He wants to go to GCW. I heard GCW. I heard they're begging for WWE to buy them. I hope not. For fuck's sakes, I hope not. Also, he could go to New Japan. He could go to CML, but CML, they'll take that shit seriously because CML is super strict. Y'all know about this anyway. Mm-hmm. New Japan, why not? All Japan, or go to Europe. There's so many promotions. All the other promotions in other countries, man, they're big too. He could go there anytime. If he goes to AEW, good luck. Because, and I don't hate AEW. I'm still a fan of it. So far, man, and I know this is a conversation about WWE stuff. This is uncensored, and we've seen all this shit, man. But hopefully Karrion thinks first before he does his next move. And also think who you're going to ask for advice, because what he said in front of the camera, asking to the wrong fucking guy who ended Bret Hart's career and also gave us one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time. And he's there for money. And don't forget.
And ruined Bray Wyatt's credibility at the theme. That's another one I'm angry with him.
I'm pissed off about that too. He even murdered that shit also. And another thing too, man. Goldberg is not really much of a tough guy, man. Let me shoot a little bit too. Again, did you know that Goldberg and Brock were nothing but Chris Jericho's bitches behind the scene? If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what he is, and he still is to this day. Killer Kross, and for Scarlett, man, I'm still a fan of them. Even if they go to WWE, if they stay in WWE or other promotions, I'll follow them.
They're staying. Yeah, they're staying.
Yeah, so I wish them luck, man. And hey, man, if there's a work shoot, good job with WWE. But please, push this motherfucker, man, because he's fucking awesome. He has the whole package, but you're not doing nothing. Please. And that's all I got to say. And also about my personal stuff, man, it's for real, man. I feel the pain from Hollywood. You feel my pain about being the guard back then, man. I fucking hated that type of job because those fucking people, man, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I did all that sacrifice, and I almost died. And I'll talk about that, after we get off the air because this is the first time that Hollywood heard of it. The look on his face, but yeah, man. If you want to be a loyal soldier, be a smart soldier. Be smart.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing you got to be loyal is yourself.
Yes.
Exactly. Amen.
Just trust your fucking self. Do not listen to the idiots who are other soldiers who are, you know what? Those soldiers, they're kiss asses like the other stooges who was with the old man in the previous regime. Loyal soldier. I mean, be a good soldier. Oh, you mean a good ass kisser? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
That's the word they're using these days. Yeah.
What? I mean, Kross should have said that. Oh, be a good ass kisser, but good soldier. Yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, man, like, be a smart soldier, be a wise soldier, and always depend on yourself. But if there's somebody else who gives you really good advice, try to take it, but tread carefully. That's all I gotta say.
More comments as we're about to close shop here. Agustin Rosado said John Cena champion versus Joe Hendry champion. I would love to see that. As a matter of fact, Joe Hendry wants that match.
Oh yeah.
Agustin Rosado says, "Oh my God,
that shirt is awesome, man.
Oh my God, I want that so bad."
You're killing me, Dorian, man. Now I want to get that shirt. That's a fucking dope shirt.
Agustin Rosado, Ryan Gosling, it's you. The Trivia Messiah, Austin Crash Me Too.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Says, my friend Ecuador is the monster Braun Strowman.
I'm not finished with you.
Well, there's a story about Braun Strowman, and I'm gonna wrap this whole thing up.
Go for it, man.
There's a story about Braun Strowman about that he was a story that Paul Heyman shared, that Braun even thought he's big, he's strong, he's built up like a bull, came over him to cry. And why is that? Because he was sobbing and said, "Oh, Paul, I don't have a WrestleMania match. I don't have a WrestleMania spot this year." And Paul, from what he says, he's looking straight in the eye. He said, "You know why you don't have a WrestleMania spot? Why? Because you're not good enough." That's the best advice you can ever have from somebody who has never wrestled a match in his entire life. Oh, and if you think that a Braun panties per se match is a match, well, go and watch that match with Jim Cornette because it's hilarious. Okay, guys, that about wraps it up here on this edition of Zero Censura. We're going right now to last comments and starting off with the D-Man. Last comments about this show.
Go ahead, Dorian.
Well, marketing to put too much over than talent. That's the thing I gotta say. Marketing more over than the talent. You can do both, but it was more marketing than talent.
Your turn.
Well, like you said, man, WWE is a place for entertainment, for image, for marketing. They just don't give a fuck about your wrestling abilities, your years of experience from Japan, from Mexico and stuff. They just care about a quote, an act. That's what they care about, man. And also, we do believe in Joe Hendry. Hopefully, they know what the hell they're going to do to him in the future. As for Killer Kross, let him stay as a killer instead of a carrion, because he feels like a carrion who's been eaten by another carrion. And that's all I got to say about that.
That was a good one.
In closing, all I have to say is, guys, not you guys, you can do better. You can do a whole lot better. We're still waiting. But you know, time is a luxury that not many people can afford. So you're gonna, like John Cena said, you better step up your game because you're falling behind. And be on the lookout because whether you want to acknowledge it or not, there's another group of guys who are kind of like starting to climb from that little slump that they got themselves into. And guess what? You're starting to act like those other guys. You have way too many talent, but you have so little TV time. Better step up your game, folks. And I know that some of you are watching this. It's good advice. It's not any advice. It's good advice. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Remember, we say it in Spanish. Camarón que se duerme, se lo lleva la corriente. So don't be like those camarones, because you're going to get toast. See you on the next show. Good fight. Good night.